Hi guys. I was my Boreray fleece that I washed and dyed the other day, is dry, and I was about to process it. And as I was looking at it, um, hold on, let me get a lock. So I was looking at the dried locks, and you can see how it's got this rather interesting structure, right? Does that look familiar? That's the um, shape of a dual coated fleece. So I looked a little closer, and sure enough, this has a down undercoat. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to separate it enough from the guard hairs to make it softer, but it is definitely a very soft undercoat. So I'm going to futz around with this with my fine combs. I should really have a set of extra fine combs for this, but fine will work for now. And I'm going to try to separate guard hair from downy undercoat. And let's see if we can get a softer yarn out of this. Makes me wonder if it's actually a Boreray fleece or if it got mislabeled and it's actually something else. I don't know enough about Boreray to say. But anyways, I'm going to play around with this. Hold on, I'll show you. So if it's a dual coat, right, I usually lash the fuzzy end onto my combs and I start by just pulling out all that guard hair. Like that's definitely a dual coated fleece. Okay, there's some downy undercoat there, so I'll just run it back through the combs. Try to get that off the guard hairs. It's very staticky. I'm going to need to dampen it down for sure. But you can see I'm getting down to the fluffy undercoat there and debris, but that's all right. We'll comb that out. This is why I was saying like extra fine combs would be ideal. I'll just peel some more of those guard hairs out. And we're just getting more and more fluffy as we go. There is not much downy undercoat to this. It is, the majority of it is coarser outer hairs. But that's definitely a downy undercoat. And it's very, very soft. I don't think we're going to be able to separate it though. It's just, de-hairing is just way too hard. Can you see how the guard hairs are just too interspersed? So I think rather than try to get that downy hair out, I'm just going to card it all together and spin it like it's a Lopi. So this is our basket of fiber and it is sticking to me, and I'm going to get spinning it and we'll see what we end up with. Who knows? All right, guys, here's something you're not going to hear me say very often, but this fleece is just absolutely disgusting. This is like trying to spin nylon bristles. It is, oh, disgusting. And look how hairy the yarn comes out. I tried carding the first couple of locks, and that just made it even worse. So I've just been spinning straight from the locks. But if I cannot separate that downy undercoat from this outer fleece, honestly, I won't even spin any more of this because it is, oh, it's just so gross. Like, that's not something I say. I think every fleece has a place, and you know, I should try working with it, but this one is just, wow, this is rough. So what I'm going to do, oh, it's like a really old nylon rope that's disintegrating. That's what it feels like. Oh, it's icky. So I'm going to try to comb out some undercoat. If I can get any, I'll spin that up. But yeah, I'm going to say definitely. I mean, it may not be the breed. It may be just this particular fleece. But yeah, it's very, very sheddy. And it's very, very icky. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. We're going to attempt to comb some, but I don't know how much luck we'll have. I'll give it a shot. I mean, I'll try anything. So let's give that a go. Here's the ickness. I feel so bad for like trashing on this fleece, but guys, it is just bleh. Like it's there's no other word to describe it. It's black. Okay. So I'm going to, right off the bat, I'm going to try just combing the bottoms of those locks, and I'm going to leave that to the side. Oh. Honestly, guys, have you ever seen me react this way to a fleece before? Never. I can find something good about everything. And I feel really badly for like just totally being like, eh. But I mean, this would make probably a really sturdy rope. There we go. Now I know. A very sturdy rope. But I'm not interested in making rope. But, you know, in the zombie apocalypse, you're going to need to be able to make rope. This would probably work great. Oops. Good thing I didn't try to catch that. So I'll just keep combing the bottoms of these locks just to get that undercoat. And the thing is, there's not much of that undercoat. It's very thin. But I have to try. I mean, that's always a thing for me, right? I have to try. Okay. A little bit more, and then we're going to see about de-hairing it. Now the other problem is going to become that downy undercoat is very short. So trying to get that out is going to be tricky. Oh, it almost matches my pants. Okay, let's see. Whoops. Oh, that went badly. Okay, let's see. It's mostly longer guard hair. This actually feels okay. This is not as bad, but it's still got a lot of that long outer coat. Nylon bristles, guys. Nylon bristles. Okay, I'm going to put that aside for now. And we'll see how it turns out after a few more combs here. This is why I'm thinking like you need extra fine combs to do this, because it's not even catching. Okay. Put that one aside. This is what we've combed out, and you can see along the top here, we can see the longer hairs. So I'll just pluck some of those out. And I'll just keep plucking. Now I am getting undercoat in this, so I'm going to keep it and probably recomb it. But for now, I'm just trying to get to that fluffy undercoat. Okay. So this is probably as good as it's going to get. And you can see that it's still so hairy. But this is texturally a lot better than the all-in-one. But I don't think, I'm just hand spinning it into yarn here just to see how it looks. Well, it's better. I'm debating whether it's worth wasting my time to keep going through this just to make an unusable yarn. And normally I would say, let's do it for the video, but I am so not into that today. Just the thought of continuing to mess with this. So I think you're not going to believe this, guys. I'm going to give up on this. I'm going to call this a fail. Wow. I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now. My constant optimism and you can do this is failing me. This is just, it's horrible, guys. It's just horrible. And I can't even, I'm trying to decide if it's just my mood today that says don't even bother, or if it's actually I am defeated by this fleece. So I think what I'm going to do for now, I'm going to pull this off the bobbin. I'm going to put it with the other fleece. And I'm just going to put it aside for now. And I'm going to contemplate it for a while. Because now that I know what I'm dealing with here, I need to decide if I can creatively think of anything to do with it, or if it's just best to throw it in a pile to turn into mulch for the garden, which is still valid. I mean, it's still a use for the wool. It's not garbage, but I wouldn't even want to use this as stuffing, because that is going to poke right through whatever you stuff and itch like mad. You know, maybe like a a weatherproof horse blanket would work. That sounds horrible, but I don't even think that this would felt very well at all. It's just, yeah. I'm going to put it aside for now and just not deal with it at the moment. I'll come back later when I've made a decision on what it is I actually decide to do with this. So I'll be back later. Who knows if it'll be a day or a week. But for now, I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to think about this. Well, I've contemplated and I've played, and the best I can get it to is this. And it is still just, I can't do it, guys. I'm actually admitting defeat. For those of you who have been waiting for a fail, here it is. I just can't do it. I mean, it's just, no. I don't mind putting the work in when I can see anything positive that I could use it for, even if it is just rope. But I don't even feel positive about making rope out of this. It's just, it is so not my thing. So I don't want this to be a waste. So it is going to go, yeah, see, look at, there's a nice little chunk of undercoat. But there's no way to get that nylon bristle stuff out enough to be able to use it. There's one little chunk. It takes hours to get even close to this, which is still, yuck. So it's gonna go into composting for my garden, and it'll help retain water since it looks like we may have a very dry year. That would probably be a good thing. So it's not a waste. It's just a failure on my part to be able to do anything with this fleece. And this is shocking as well. I have no interest in figuring it out. Oh, I feel so bad. But that's the way it is. Nothing about this is making me feel good. Nothing working with it is not making me feel good. Trashing it is not making me feel good. Nothing about this is making me feel good. And there's no sense wasting time on things that don't make you feel good. So this is going into compost. It was great fun to dye. I mean, let's take the positive out of it. It was truly a delight to dye, and I love the colors. And that's about as far as I can go on positive stuff for this fleece. Now, again, I don't know that this is indicative of the breed or just this fleece. I would definitely try it again, because I'm not going to judge a whole breed based on one chunk of fleece that may have just been a really bad year or bad sheep. Like it could have been grandpa sheep and this is what he looks like now. So it's no good for hand spinning, you know. I don't know the history of this sheep. So I would definitely try this fleece again just to see what results I would get with a different fleece. Anyways, that's going to be it for today, guys. It is a bit of a fail. And I'm okay with that, actually. I'm really okay with that. Because I tried, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. So hopefully you'll join me for the next video, and I shall see you then. Thanks for joining me, guys.